National Park! Woo! Javelina almost made me more nervous than rattlesnakes. So we hope that you guys will forgive us and appreciate the fact that we're coming clean. Hi, I'm Aaron, and this is my wife Nicole, and we are living in our now. If this is your first time here, we're super glad you're here. We're bringing to you our family adventures as well as some tips and tricks videos in hopes to inspire you to get out there and enjoy life now.
And again, if this is your first time here, welcome, and we'd love it if you would consider subscribing just to follow along with our family adventures.
Well, today is Super Bowl Sunday.
It's a beautiful day out today.
And we figured that before we started stuffing our face with a bunch of food, that we would go ahead and venture out and enjoy this day and visit Saguaro National Park, which conveniently enough is located less than 10 miles from our house. We've noticed in our recent videos that we've gotten a lot of feedback from folks like you who really enjoy seeing saguaros, so we thought that we would bring you out to show you an entire area dedicated purely to saguaros. So today we're going to head out to the national park. We're going to hopefully find some parking because it's beautiful weather and it's the weekend, so it's a double combination that it's probably going to be busy. But get out there, do the scenic drive, check out one of the shorter trails, and make sure you watch the entire video because we're going to share lots and lots of saguaro cactus footage and other desert footage, as well as make a little confession about the national park, as it relates to us at least. Hope everyone's having a great day, and whatever sports team you're rooting for, hope they win today. So we'll see you at the park. So as we mentioned earlier, we live less than 10 miles from the park, so I definitely say getting here was easy. We stopped at the visitor center first when we came in, which was open even with COVID, so that was nice to be able to walk through. We didn't get anything, but they really do have
There's some really cute things in there.
Yeah, some cool trinkets and ornaments and all kinds of other stuff. So I think it's a visitor center that is worth stopping in, if for anything. They have some really incredible views. I was laughing with one of the ladies who worked in there.
She loves coming to work. She gets to look out the windows.
You can buy a 7-day pass to access the park. It's $25 if you're in a car, $20 if you're on a motorcycle, and I believe it's $15 if you're either on bike or foot. They only have I believe it's only one actual mountain bike trail out here, so there's not a whole lot of mountain bikers, but there definitely is a lot of street cyclists. The main thing that they're able to ride on is this little route that we're on right now called the Cactus Loop Road.
8-mile loop.
They have some really awesome hills. Ask us how we know that. We know about the hills because we did a run on this road, not once, but twice, because we just had to make sure that we really knew how long it was. But the hills really strenuous. Hopefully be able to capture some of that on our drive. There wasn't an actual ranger or anything at the entrance station when we came in, but we have a pass, which thanks to our friends from Consider the Wonders, they let us know that the National Park Service is offering free admission to national parks for 5th graders, which is nice because if there would have been someone there, we wouldn't have had to pay. So thanks, friends, for letting us know, and we'll drop a link to where you can find that in the comments, so that way if this is before August 2021,
you can take advantage of that pass.
So one of the unique things about Saguaro National Park is that there are actually two separate districts of the park. There's the east side, or the Rincon Mountain Vista District, which is where we're at now. And then there's the west side, or the Tucson Mountain District. And the two districts are separated by the city of Tucson. So there's a pretty decent drive between the two of them. And a couple of other differences about the east side versus the west side districts. The east side district out here is the largest at just under 67,000 acres, and the west side district has just under 25,000 acres. In addition, the paved road out here on the east side is 8 miles long, whereas the west side paved trail is a 5-mile paved trail. A couple other cool things that the east side district offers: you can go do some backpack camping. It requires a permit, but you're able to go up into the Rincon Mountains, and actually if you want to go out there and hoof it and set up a tent on the side of a mountain, you're able to do that out here on the East District. You can't in the West District. And then the last cool fact about east side versus west side of the districts is that the east side is at a higher elevation, which as a result has a sparser density of saguaro cactus, but they are the older cacti of the two districts. And then as you start to get up higher in elevation, you get more of a mix of desert and more traditional trees and not as many desert shrubbery. And then speaking of old cactus, we're gonna go check out a super cool looking one that's off in the distance, and we'll talk a little bit about how cactus grow.
Saguaros grow really slow. Scientists estimate that in the first 10 years, they only grow a couple of inches.
And saguaros typically start getting their arms at about 60 to 70 years old. So this guy behind us is really old.
We have two saguaro cactus in front of our house. I'm 6 foot tall, and one of them is a little bit taller than me and one's a little bit shorter than me. So we have no idea how old they are because they were in there when we moved in the house, but it would be cool to be around whenever they first start sprouting arms. But at the same time, I don't know if we're gonna be around that long because that's a really long time to wait. But it's just really awesome whenever you see saguaros to realize how much time goes into them growing at the point where they start to look really majestic. And it also sheds some light on why they are such protected vegetation. The biggest threat to saguaro cactus is man, from a combination of just the expansion in the area, so they're tearing down a lot of the saguaro forest to be able to build out homes, and then unfortunately, being the way that people are, have a tendency to think that it's fun to go and try to chop down a saguaro cactus or pull it down with a Jeep or anything else. There's actually an old desert urban myth that someone tried to shoot down a saguaro cactus and it fell over and crushed him to death. But as I said, it's an urban myth. There's zero truth in it. Or is there? So the trail that we're on is the Mica mountain loop. It's probably the easiest trail out here in the park. It's paved, it's nothing crazy, but we figure, it's Super Bowl Sunday, and even though it is in February, there's not a cloud in the sky, and it's close to 70, so it's already getting warm. Who wants to go on a 6-mile hike? So we're getting out here, stretching our legs.
Testing out my new walking poles. Kind of like shoes, you got to break them in.
But this trail is just under 4 miles if you do the whole thing. The cool thing is that there are actually a couple of trailheads that meet up on other main roads on this side of Tucson. So there are other ways to access these trails without coming into the park. If you're looking to hike in the park without paying entrance fees, I'm not saying that you should do that, but that is an option, potentially. So I think that one of the cool things to do would be to go ahead and purchase an annual pass, since we're so close, and then not only come out here and brave the hills with our bikes, maybe not, but come out here during wildflower season, and then when the saguaro cactus start blooming, because the saguaros, when they bloom, they have these white flowers that pop up on the top of the saguaros. In between that and the stuff that pops up on the prickly pears when they're in bloom, I think it'd be super cool to come out here and see. So as I had mentioned earlier, there's another trailhead off of one of the main roads, which is Broadway Boulevard out here in Tucson, which before anybody says anything, I know everyone has a Broadway Boulevard, so we're nothing special. But it is a free trailhead, so it's really busy, but it is great that you can come out as long as you can find a spot, and you can still meet up with any of the trail systems within the park and go out. There is a sign that says it is a fee area. However, I didn't see any fee envelopes or anything else. So I guess with that, I'll say hike at your own risk. All right, so let's talk safety when hiking or doing anything in the desert.
Bring lots of water.
Even though it's February, my watch/phone says that it is 70 degrees outside. Yes, all of you poor Midwestern and Northeasters, it is Super Bowl Sunday and it is 70 degrees outside. At high noon, it is certainly warm.
Yes. Got to keep your eyes on the lookout for any potential harm like rattlesnakes.
We saw one last time.
Yes, that was last March, the end of March. It was a cloudy day. I was kind of surprised to see him.
The nice thing about rattlesnakes, and I will, full confession, I cannot stand snakes. I don't care if it's a garden snake. If it came up and gave me flowers, I still wouldn't like it because it's a snake. But the great thing about rattlesnakes is that they don't have legs, so they can't run after you. And right, they'll send out the rattle as a warning. That's what that is. It's not, hey, I'm about to attack. It's, hey, I feel threatened. Most of all the wildlife in the desert is like most wildlife. It's just defensive. This is their home and they want you to leave them alone. So if you get close and they feel threatened, they'll let you know, just go away. But be cognizant that there are things out here, wildlife, plants, all those other things that, not that they intend to cause you harm, but they are designed to survive in this environment. So they can cause you harm if you're not paying attention. All right, so overall thought on the trail?
It was a good little walk. Not too challenging as far as elevation, terrain, or anything like that. So that was good.
Yeah, it was nice that they did have some terrain change. It wasn't just the paved part when we got off on the dirt part. It was nice.
I like my hiking poles.
Which is good. And then taking the Cactus Forest Trail, instead of continuing the loop all the way around, it pretty much, you said it was right at about 2 miles,
yeah,
right?
Just about 2 miles.
So we took a 3.7 mile hike and made it into a 2 mile hike. We saw a couple of people running, and then we saw
3 people on horses.
3 people on horses, which was cool. And yeah, if you're looking for a easy hike, this is definitely a good spot. This is the Mica View Trailhead and picnic areas where we're at right now. They have, I think, just the open pit toilets, so at least there's something here, and there are some picnic tables. But good spot to come and take a little walk and explore amongst all the saguaros. All right, we have one more spot we want to check out while we're out here at the national park, and that is Javelina Rocks.
So we're slowly going up this hill.
I can't remember how long this portion of it is, but this is the part where we had noted earlier. We have ran this twice, and this is really where, A, you can tell people who do not train on hills and then B, everyone's just hands on knees, 1 foot in front of the other, walking up this. It gets to the point where you're not even running.
Then you get to the top, and I think there's a few more little hills afterwards.
Yeah, I think there's one of the, it's like the false summit or whatever it's called, where you get to it and you're like, oh, this is it, and it levels out, and then it's like, oh, nope, here we go again. I don't know if I would ever run this again, but at the same time, there's a small part of me that's like, I could do it one more time.
It's a really cool place to be early in the morning with a bunch of runners. It was fun.
It was fun, yeah. And
it sucks at the time when you're doing it, but it was fun.
So, as the sign said, javelinas are not pigs, although they're commonly referred to as like wild pigs or wild boars. To be honest, javelina almost made me more nervous than rattlesnakes because they have legs and they can actually chase after you. I mean, there's been a couple times where we've been running back in the day in the wee hours of the morning, and you hear a crazy rustling, and it's a baby javelina with her mom, and they go barreling across the road or through the brush. So definitely something to be cautious of.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with the moms.
Nope. All right. So I feel like we have known each other long enough. It's time for us to come clean. We have a confession to make. This is the first time that we've ever visited this place as a national park. And you might be wondering, the heck does that mean? In Tucson, in Southern Arizona in general, saguaros are everywhere. And we knew that this area was here. Like I've mentioned, we've ran here before, but it's never been, oh, we're gonna go check out the national park. It's been, we're gonna go to saguaro. Not that it's an afterthought, but it's never really clicked that like, hey, it's a national park. Like people come from all over the place to see this. This is on people's national park bucket list.
I think just the fact that it's also so close, it doesn't register as a national park, even though it has it in the name.
So we hope that you guys will forgive us and appreciate the fact that we're coming clean, that we came out here and visited this awesome place as a national park for the very first time and shared it with you. So I think that wraps up today's adventure out here at Saguaro National Park, Rincon Mountain District, or Saguaro East, as we affectionately refer to it as.
The East Side.
The East Side. Hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you did, let us know by hitting that like button. If you want to follow along with us on more adventures, make sure that you're subscribed so that you don't miss out on any other. And if you think that we should go visit the west side of Saguaro National Park and do a comparison, let us know in the comments. As always, we appreciate you for watching, commenting, subscribing, liking, following along with us. Hope you guys all stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.